Hi everyone, I'm Bryan Neider, CEO of AbilityPath, and welcome to my weekly update. Today is July 2nd, it's a Thursday, so we're going early this week with our update for you, given it's a 4th of July weekend. So I hope everybody has some exciting plans, whether it's sheltering in place or hanging out with your family. Be safe out there. So I'm going to give you a couple of updates this week, mainly about our results for fiscal year 2020, which ended on June 30th, and our plans going forward into fiscal 21, which started yesterday, July 1st. So the first thing is last year being, June 30th prior, was really, with COVID, it's kind of, you had 2 years baked into one. You had pre-COVID, and then with the advent of sheltering in place and the state of emergency, you had kind of the COVID environment that we had to manage in. Going back to what we accomplished last year, I think our teams across the board did a remarkable job. You may recall Abilities United and Gatepath merged to become one organization. That went incredibly well. Our two teams, honestly, it feels like they've always been together. I want to definitely thank Jen Wagstaff-Hinton, the board chair of Abilities United, who supported the merger, and our own board for their support, and in particular, Elaine Cohen, our board chair as well. It couldn't have gone better. Also mixed into last year, we had our CARF accreditation. This is something that we need to do every 3 years. It's a very detailed audit of primarily our adult programs and our administrative functions. Both Abilities United and Gatepath had their 3-year reviews up at the same time, and the audits. We came through that with flying colors. So the commentary from the CARF auditors was absolutely spectacular, and that's a reflection of the great work that our teams are doing and had done in the prior 3 years. Across the board, our organization and our teams have been doing a wonderful job, whether it's in early intervention, Help Me Grow, the Family Resource Center, our children's therapy teams, our Learning Links preschools, and all of our adult programs. We were really, really pleased with how people were doing to provide innovation and improve program quality across the board. And then COVID happened. And something like that could be a huge gut punch, and it was for many folks. And yet what I saw from our teams was an immediate response to continuing the services that we provide. And the ability to flip what they were doing into a virtual environment, delivering everything to the community that they served, doing everything possible to maintain the highest quality level in this environment was just spectacular. And I couldn't be more pleased with how our team and our community has responded to that in the way that we're offering our services. Times of challenge reveal kind of what the character is of individuals and organizations. And I personally couldn't be more pleased with what it revealed about our team and the work that they're doing. It showed their heart. The commitment they made to continue services, I can't thank them enough. And I know that the families and adults that they serve feel the same way. So again, to our team and to all of you watching, I want you to know this is a remarkable group of individuals. We're about 300 strong, and I feel blessed to be part of this organization and to be able to lead such a remarkable group. Our community support throughout this time has been amazing. We had a large event with Abilities United back in the fall, the Authors Luncheon. It is a spectacular event. And to see the turnout for support of not only the Abilities United community, but of the merger with Gatepath at that time, it was great. Again, just amazing people. And then to go into our 100th anniversary celebration with the Power of Possibilities, we weren't sure how that was going to turn out when we had to cancel the live in-person event to go all virtual. And yet there you were. You supported us. We had hoped to raise $750,000. We raised over $1 million. And to our community, we are so appreciative and grateful for your support. It means the world to us that you're committed to our mission and you're willing to support us and support the work that we do. And then the rollout of the rebranding. I think the name is great. I love AbilityPath, Inspiring Inclusion. I think it's reflective of what we do. I think it resonates with people. So for all of you that have signed on to watch that, by the way, between the two events, the Power Possibilities and the virtual reveal of our new name and branding, we have had, I believe, over 5,000 views of those events on YouTube. So thank you for watching that and hearing our story and the work that we do. So to the Graybird Foundation, Jill and Renee in particular, thank you for supporting that incredible reveal of the new name. To our auxiliary, who also celebrated their 70th anniversary this year, thank you for your partnership over all these years. You make a difference in the lives of our staff, in supporting the work that we do, and the impact you have for our clients is absolutely incredible. From the picnics that you hosted, the holiday events, the letter writing and advocacy work, we're very blessed to have you in our corner supporting our mission. So auxiliary members, thank you for all that you do. So again, I think recapping FY20, obviously challenging times to close the year. I'm impressed with the resiliency and innovation our staff have shown. They are focused on our mission of inclusion. And to our executive team that support all of this, I want to thank you for your incredible work across the board with so much that you accomplished last year, pre-COVID and during COVID. So thank you E-team members for your great job. So now that we look ahead to FY21. So it's going to be a challenging year. There's no doubt about it. There's enormous uncertainty ahead of what the year is going to look like. So I want you to know our primary focus is ensuring the continuity of our services and supporting our staff through these times. We're going to be prudent. We're going to prepare for the unexpected. For example, in our plans for next year, we have already assumed that it's going to be a slower recovery, a slower return of in-person events, and we've anticipated in our planning that there might be a second wave and what that would do to our overall programs and how we manage through that. So we're going to be prepared for the unexpected. We're going to have a prudent, cautious plan. Again, it's not going to be a pretty year. There's no way around it in COVID, but we're prepared for that. Most of our programs, because of the way that we provide our services, they require lower ratios, which means fewer folks that we serve given the number of staff that we have to provide. So in general, we have to have higher staffing, even though we're serving fewer people. So you can imagine what that does for our financial performance. But again, we're here to serve. And we have, fortunately, through the support of our community, we have the ability to continue providing those services well into the future, even in a challenging year like we're going to have in FY21. While our teams, I think, and everyone is feeling fatigued with kind of what we're going through with COVID-19, our team's commitment to you and to the work they do has not wavered one bit. We're ready to go for the new fiscal year. It's already started. It's not going to be an easy year again, but we have a plan that works that's going to get us through this. Our philosophy has not changed. So even though there's a lot of noise and churn going around because of COVID, great organizations are powered by great people and talented teams. That is going to continue to be one of our cornerstones as we look to next year. Continuing to invest in our teams, support our teams for the work that they do. People are motivated by a powerful vision of the future. We still have very aspirational goals of things that we want to accomplish. Those are not going to change. We set a high bar and we're going to continue to reach for that. And I think our teams are motivated by that. I know the communities we serve are motivated by that, and our supporters are. That's not changing. We may have to dial some of that down during COVID, but our vision of what we think the future should be is not going to change. It is unwavering. We all want to connect and have purpose. We see that now. It's very tough not to be able to connect with the folks that we serve one-on-one. Our preschool reopened partially a couple of weeks ago. And the impact that had on our staff, our teachers, they were so happy to have kids back. The kids were happy to be back. Parents are excited to have their kids back. To see that human connection in what we do was so motivating and invigorating for our teachers. I can tell you, it was really a shot in the arm for them. So again, we want to stay connected. And even though we're doing it virtually, I want you to know we care about our community and we are here to serve. Innovation and resilience are critical to our mission. We want to continue to innovate even during COVID. So we've learned a lot of interesting things about services we might be able to provide to shorten that distance between us and the families we serve via virtual or remote services. So there may be some elements of those that continue post-COVID, which is great. Being resilient, we can't anticipate the future, but we know from the success we had going through the first round with COVID back starting in March that we can adapt and adjust and we will thrive going through it. So we have an incredibly resilient team. And we want to improve the future for those that we serve. They need us now more than ever. Your support's critical for that, whether it's in our advocacy work or potentially volunteer work going forward. You are part of that mission. And again, to our auxiliary, I want to thank you all for being integral in helping improve the future of those that we serve. So I think, if anything, COVID-19 has reinforced the importance of our philosophy and approach in how we manage and look at the future. So again, I want to thank everybody for your support throughout this entire time. One other thing that I want to mention about FY21, we're going to continue to look at 5 kind of key areas, is looking at how do we continue to manage our programs in a fiscally responsible way, making sure that we're appropriate given what's happening out there. We're going to continue to support program innovation, meeting the needs of our community. Number 3 is we're going to continue to invest in our staff and staff training throughout this time. That is not going to change. We want to build awareness for our mission, engage more advocacy efforts, and push our rebranding and our visibility of our organization further. And last, we want to be prepared for more collaboration. And if there's another merger or growth opportunity, we want to be prepared if it's appropriate. So again, those are kind of our key focus areas. There are 5 of them that I just mentioned. That's not going to change in fiscal 21, though we're going to be very fluid in how we adapt and adjust to those throughout the year. Last item is we have a major effort underway to expand our diversity and inclusion efforts across the entire organization. We have a training program we're going to be putting in place. It is going to be integral to our mission. So again, I want you to know that is going to be one of the key areas that we'll be working on in the coming months and into the next year. It's going to be part and parcel as it has been, but it needs to grow to be even better for what we look like going into the future. So again, diversity and inclusion is a very important part of our mission, and we're putting more resources to make sure we're doing it thoughtfully and making it even more robust than it has been. So with all of that, I want to thank you all for your support for fiscal 20, and we look forward to working with you in fiscal 21. Going forward, my weekly updates will probably go to bi-weekly. So the next one will be the second half of July. If things come up in between, I'll do a weekly update if it feels like it's needed to give you more information. So stay tuned. So next one is in a couple of weeks, and I'll do that through the summer, and then we'll see what it looks like going forward after that. So thank you again. Have a great weekend. Be safe, and we're in this together. Thank you.